Hare Krishna. Welcome to our Sangha with your servant Radhacharan Das. And we will try to do this gathering every Monday to Thursday, just 30 minutes of your morning, 7 o'clock to 7:30. So we will try our best na maging religiously consistent para mas makapag-dig deeper tayo sa study of the Bhagavad Gita. It is very important to study the Bhagavad Gita because this is our basic philosophy for our spiritual practice. Whether we are living inside the temple or having our normal jobs and businesses, pero lahat ng to is applicable and lahat ng to is relevant. So bakit Bhagavad Gita? Ano ba meaning ng Bhagavad Gita? So Bhagavad Gita, the Gita means the song. So maraming songs sa scriptures. We have the Uddhava Gita, we have the Gopi Gita, and we have the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad means, or Bhagavan is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he is Krishna himself. So directly spoken ni Krishna yung scriptures na to. Sa ibang scriptures, ang makikita natin is the scriptures are being spoken by other devotees of Krishna or yung mga incarnations ni Krishna. But this one is directly spoken by Krishna. That's why it's very important. Actually, lahat ng scriptures is, pag kinondense mo yon, in-encapsulate mo yung teachings and wisdom na to, makikita natin sa Bhagavad Gita. Ganun siya ka-importante. And everyone, every scholars are saying sa mga practice sa practice ng Bhakti Yoga, kapag nawala lang lahat ng scriptures, iwan mo yung Bhagavad Gita, mag-survive yung mga tao. Because this is the basic principles na pwede nating i-follow. And bakit ba as it is? Anong meaning nito? Bakit Bhagavad Gita as it is? So, Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, is the one who translated and commented yung Bhagavad Gita. As it is because, sabi nga niya, this is his only duty and only job to present the Bhagavad Gita as it is, without any alteration or personal ulterior motives. It was mentioned na sobrang daming translations ng Bhagavad Gita even now. And for sure sa future, gagamitin to ng mga ibang author as their means, of course, for bread. Kasi maraming bumibili talaga ng Bhagavad Gita. But in comparison, wala masyadong, or halos wala talaga, na naging devotee ni Krishna sa mga nagbasa ng Bhagavad Gita with different authors. So it means yung effectivity nito, yung power ng Bhagavad Gita is not that full compared sa ginawa ni Prabhupada. So more than 50 years ago, Prabhupada produced this. He himself produced this. Pero yung effect nito makikita natin kasi thousands and millions of souls are touched by the words and translations and commentations of Srila Prabhupada. So sobra siyang effective. Not just yung time ni Prabhupada, but even yung time natin. Like, we're having a gathering now just to study yung Bhagavad Gita as it is. So as it is means it's legit, genuine. Walang halo or walang alteration. If we take closer sa laman ng Bhagavad Gita, take a look closer sa Bhagavad Gita, there are 18 chapters which we will try to study scrutinizingly. We will have sessions na may one verse tayo or few or group of verses para mas mature natin. And kung makikita natin yung part ng verse na to, makikita mo sa top is merong Devanagari or yung alphabet written in Devanagari. Deva means the gods. So this is the language of the gods. It is written in Sanskrit. And under this is Sanskrit pa rin siya pero translated na siya in the alphabet ng Roman. So parang English letters, mababasa na natin siya. So Prabhupada is a very scholarly devotee. Ang ginawa niya is meron siyang synonyms or word per word translation. So per word niya translate yung Sanskrit verses ng Bhagavad Gita. And after that is the translation of the whole sentence. So minsan makikita natin doon sa synonyms, hindi siya exactly na masusulat doon sa translation. Of course, hindi siya magkakaroon ng meaning because of the English language limitation. So si Prabhupada did his best para mas mabigay sa atin yung full meaning or the closest meaning ng Sanskrit. And after that, of course, is the purport or the commentation. Si Prabhupada gave his commentary sa bawat verses. And if you will read sa first part ng Bhagavad Gita, dinedicate din niya to kay Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baladev Vidyabhusan. These are few of our prominent acharyas or teachers sa line ng disciplic succession natin. And large percentage ng commentation or purport ni Prabhupada is coming from them. Of course, Prabhupada gave his heart and ecstasy para isulat yung mga relevant na topics na gusto niyang i-share natin sa purport. Kailangan ba yung purport? Yes. Kasi it will be hard for us to understand yung verses na to. Anong difference ng purport ng isang acharya and anong difference ng opinion ng mga author? Parehas lang naman tong inisip nila and parehas tong kinompose. So there's a big difference because the acharyas and the teachers, specifically si Srila Prabhupada, is practicing the teachings of Bhagavad Gita his whole life, practically. And he dedicated his life living yung wisdom ng Bhagavad Gita. Compared sa authors na they're doing it because of their career or passion lang, they don't have the means to really understand it. We will learn later bakit yung devotees yung the best person to hear yung Bhagavad Gita. What we will do is we will read yung Sanskrit translation and we will discuss. Hindi natin i-read yung purport kasi mahaba yun. But our discussions and conversations will revolve around yung purport ni Prabhupada. And of course, yung mga relevant topics na pwede nating mapag-usapan. How to study the Bhagavad Gita, I have mentioned a while ago, scrutinizingly. Ito yung kailangan natin gawin. Isa-isayin natin yung mga character or personalities na involve the topics. And mapapansin natin si Prabhupada magbibigay siya ng mga contradicting topics. Bibigay niya yung explanation, kunyari sa Mayavad philosophy or sa mga gyani. And ano yung philosophy nila. And he will defeat or destroy sa mas magandang term yung philosophy na yon using yung devotional service philosophy or the Bhakti Yoga philosophy ng Bhagavad Gita. And second, how to study the Bhagavad Gita with the Sangha of devotees. Ito rin yung gusto natin mangyari. Sangha means the gathering, association of like-minded persons, specifically those who are aiming the path of devotional service. So ito yung try natin i-follow na footsteps or path. So Sangha and study scrutinizingly. Ayun lang yung kailangan nating qualification to hear yung Bhagavad Gita. Of course, kailangan natin marinig sa devotee, which is kay Prabhupada and the acharyas. We're just an instrument para mas mature natin to with our language and also our generation. Kasi as generation progresses, nag-iiba-iba ng examples, nag-iiba ng analogy. For example, si Prabhupada sinabi niya about the car and yung driver. If yung driver, naniniwala siya na yung car is yung sarili niya, it is not relevant sa real belief natin na we are not the body, we're the spirit soul. Pero of course, Sa Bhagavad Gita, it's ancient philosophy. Walang car doon. Ang binanggit doon is chariot. So ito yung pagiging relevant ng isang acharya or ng teacher ng pwede magsabi ng Bhagavad Gita. So ito yung gusto nating i-follow. Anong mood yung kailangan natin to study the Bhagavad Gita? We should understand it without personal motivated interpretations. We will rely sa mga interpretations ng mga acharyas, which we trust kasi they're devotees, they're saintly persons. So lahat nga ng scriptures na meron is makikita natin sa Bhagavad Gita from different aspects of life andito. Kaya it is complete. Ano bang origin sa nanggaling ang Bhagavad Gita? Nanggaling siya sa nectar ng Mahabharata. Mahabharata is the whole story, pastimes of how this war in the battlefield of Kurukshetra happened before, in the middle, and after. So yung Bhagavad Gita nandun nakasandwich. And the Mahabharata is also written by Vyasadeva, who also wrote the other bigger scriptures. Pero ito yung tinatawag nilang nectar kasi when you get this teachings and wisdoms, maiintindihan mo na ngayon lahat ng scriptures na yon and ma-apply mo sa sarili mo. Because just to read and study yung all scriptures will take us decades that we don't have. We only have few minutes of our day. So, pupunta tayo dun sa direct na source ng wisdom. If you could see sa picture, ang nandito is si Sanjay and si Dhritarashtra. Sila yung nag-uusap. And just like the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is conversation of people who are conversing. Parang inception ng pag-uusap or gathering ng mga personalities. And the start of the study of the Bhagavad Gita or the scriptures should be with the mood of surrenderness and mood of being a student, humbly trying to hear and listen sa ating mga predecessor acharyas and teachers. We will start with our invocation mantras. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So the title of our topic for today is family drama. It is very true because hindi nawawala to sa bawat unit ng family. And much more, hindi nawawala yung may pinag-aawayan sila because of different motives sa mga properties and proprietorships. And true enough, saan nanggaling yon? Ancient times pa lang, meron ng ganitong drama. From the leaders ng society, sa emperors, pinagawayan nila sino mag-rule ng earth. So we will try to learn a little bit ano yung history neto. And we will start to read our first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, text 1. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmashatre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha mamakaha pandavaschaiva kimakurvata sanjaya. Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjay, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? So this is Sanjay and Dhritarashtra speaking. Si Dhritarashtra is a blind king, not qualified king, but nakaupo siya sa trono. And Sanjay is his secretary. But Sanjay is a disciple of Vyasadeva, yung author nito. And he is a very powerful sage or saintly person. He has given the mystic power to Sanjay para magkaroon siya ng vision kung saan niya gusto makita. Ganda na, no? Meron siyang CCTV everywhere and kaya niya i-project. Kaya nakita natin dun sa poster. Sanjay is speaking with Dhritarashtra in the kingdom, pero nakikita ni Sanjay yung nangyayari sa battlefield. And kinukwento niya kay Dhritarashtra. Si Dhritarashtra actually, binigyan siya ng option. Gusto mo makita yung mangyayari, bibigyan kita ng eyesight. Kahit kasi bulag ka. Pero ayaw niya makita. Because he knows what will happen. Dun sa verse, it was mentioned there, Dhritarashtra Vacha, Dharma Setre Kuruksetre. Dharma Setre Kuruksetre. Kshetra is place. And Kuru is the place ng mga lahi nila, ng angkan nila, the Kuru dynasty. And Dharma Setre is also a place because this place is also considered dharmic, dharma, or religious. This is for two things. Because yung mga Pandavas, together with Krishna, they are pious personalities and kasama nga nila si Krishna as the Supreme Personality. Wherever saintly persons goes, nagiging saintly place yon. At the same time, there is this pastime where Krishna met the Vrajavasis or the residents of Vrindavan there in a full moon night, and they performed their pastimes. So everything that is mentioned is the factor para ma-consider yung place of religious pilgrimage or Dharma Setre. Bakit Kuruksetre? Kasi si Dhritarashtra, tinitingnan yung anak niya na as in favorable or partial sight or vision. Hindi niya nakikita ang anak niya yung mga pamangkin niya, which is the Pandavas. In the real etiquette ng mga magkakamag-anak, yung pamangkin mo, dapat turing mo din doon is anak. Yung mga brothers, yung mga cousins mo, turing mo din dapat doon mga brothers. Pero si Dhritarashtra is very partial. Kampi lang siya doon sa anak niya. Kasi ang mag-aaway dito or maglalaban dito sa Battle of Kuruksetra is magpipinsan and yung mga ibang kings and princes na kumampi sa kanila. Kasi nga, nag-aaway sila sa lupa. Pero this is not an ordinary land. Yung buong earth. This is just one reason sa maraming reasons bakit kaya kailangan mangyari yung war. Pero kung sino yung mag-rule ng earth, the whole earth, kung sino yung magiging emperor or king of all kings, and yung pinag-aawayan or pinag-alabanan nila dito. So si Dhritarashtra is blind and siya yung origin ng family drama na to. Siya yung eldest sa magkakapatid. Unqualified siya maging king because of his disability. Not just physically, but also spiritually, he is blind. So yung next na kapatid niya is si Pandu. And siya yung naging great emperor. Siya yung qualified. Ang plot twist ng story, ng narrative na to, bakit sila nagkaroon ng drama? Kasi yung anak ni Dhritarashtra, hindi naman blind. Supposedly siya yung king. Yung anak ni Pandu, hindi rin blind. Qualified din sila maging king. Ngayon, the question is, sino yung magiging next na king? Yung anak ba ni Dhritarashtra kasi siya yung panganay supposedly na king? Or si Pandu yung gumanap na king talaga and qualified? So, yung next generation na to, sila na yung kailangan ma-determine sino yung next na magiging emperor or ruler ng earth or ng Bharat. Of course, si Dhritarashtra hindi niya napalaki na maayos yung mga anak niya. Sabi nga, yung panganay niya si Duryodhana is the personification of sins or offenses. So, hindi siya qualified talaga. Pero, envious siya sa mga Pandavas. Kasi yung Pandavas, napalaki sila ni Pandu na with principles, morality, and virtues sila sa buhay nila and very respectful sa mga elders and saintly persons. Sila yung qualified na next na maging king. So dito sila nagkaroon ng conflict because of the enviousness ng mga Kurus. Supposedly Kurus din yung Pandavas pero nga dinivide ni Dhritarashtra. Ito lang yung Kurus, Pandavas to. Kasi yung Kuru means descendant ng king or previous emperor na si Kuru. Kaya Kuru dynasty. Pero ngayon nag-divide na sila. Kuru or Kauravas and Pandavas. Yung mga Kauravas na to is envious sa mga Pandavas. So, tinayin nilang lasunin, tinayin nilang sunugin yung place, yung bahay, tinayin nilang nakawin yung mga, or dayain sila para manakaw yung mga proprietorship ng mga Pandavas, pati yung wife nila. So, all of this is subjected sa law where it is, they are considered as aggressor na pwede silang patayin. Pero very pious nga yung Pandavas, edi tiisin natin ang tiisin hanggang umabot nga sa war na to. So ito yung family drama ng mga great personalities. Supposedly, si Dhritarashtra should act in a much more mature and kingly way. Kasi siya yung nakakatanda, siya yung emperor. Pero very partial siya, kumampi siya. At the same time, doubtful siya na mananalo yung mga anak niya. Kasi alam niya yung place of pilgrimage, yung Dharma Kshetre, is, or yung tinatawag nating place na to where si Krishna naka-stand is magkakaroon ng influence para manalo sila and matalo yung Kauravas. So curious si Dhritarashtra, what do they do? Anong nangyayari? Alam niya matatalo na siya. Pero gusto pa rin niyang ilaban para makita yung way na mananalo yung mga anak niya. Doubtful na siya umpisa pa lang. Very fearful na siya. So this is the first text ng ating chapter. We can see kung paano ginawa ni Krishna dito sa sitwasyon where these great personalities with millions of soldiers, kings and prince na gusto mag-participate sa holy war na to. Bakit war yung setup? Because this is a collective karma para mawala or manilate yung mga impious kings and mag-rise to being a good ruler yung mga pious na leaders. It's a great arrangement ni Krishna, great plan niya. And also, para ma-put sa pedestal or sa glorification yung devotees ni Krishna, which is, babasahin natin bukas na si Arjuna. Anong lesson sa situation na to where nagko-converse si Dhritarashtra and si Sanjay? There is this famous quote na narinig natin since we were young. The blood is thicker than water. But actually, this is incomplete or misquoted. Yung original quote is, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So, si Dhritarashtra, kahit mali yung anak niya, mali yung ginagawa ng mga kapatid ng anak niya or mga different na associate ng anak niya, kumakampi pa rin siya doon kasi so-called blood-related. On the other hand, the Pandavas, they have Krishna with them. Kamag-anak din nila si Krishna for that pastime. But, sabi nga, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Actually, you can choose sino yung kakampi mo sa buhay. Kung sino yung makakasama mo sa battle. It doesn't mean na kamag-anak mo kagad. Kasi kadugo mo siya. And the great fights and battles na meron tayo sa history, mostly magkakamag-anak. And the great stress and traumatic experience na experience ng mga modern na tao is galing din sa mga kadugo. It doesn't generalize na lahat ng kamag-anak is masama. If you have wonderful relatives, relish it, take care of them, and also do our part to contribute para mas maganda yung relationships natin. But we also find solace and deep connection sa mga hindi natin kadugo. And we are treating them as best friends or kapatid or much more or beyond as a family member. So we have a choice kung sino yung ilalagay natin sa paligid natin. We have a choice then kung sino yung pipili natin as our ally para sa mga battle natin sa life. The battle within, the battle without. And lastly, wherever mapunta yung isang devotee is automatically victory nandun. Kasi lagi niyang kasama si Krishna. The conclusion for today's session is we should always make sure na yung pipili natin sa life is not just the energy of Krishna or the material facilities lang, but we should always prioritize choosing Krishna. Ilagay natin si Krishna sa side natin. And all the battles, all the challenges, even marami tayong magiging hardships, ups and downs. If we choose Krishna, we will always win.